$5 million in 4 years. Today, I have an incredibly inspiring story for you. Imagine creating $5 million in equity in just 4 short years. Well, that's exactly what one of our students did. His name is Bruce. I'll share his whole story with you. How did he do that? He did it through strategic multifamily investing. Over 4 years ago, Bruce contacted us and he had purchased 12 single family homes and still couldn't retire. To make a long story short, we showed him how to buy multifamily. He bought two medium-sized properties, and the rest is history. Today, he is financially free, enjoying his passions, enjoying his kids, enjoying his wife. And I'm going to share with you his story. All right. So I'm also going to share with you the exact steps he took, the challenges he faced head on. Now, let's face it, anytime there's something great worth going after, there's going to be challenges. Okay. And lastly, the lessons learned along the way, and there were plenty. If you have any questions during this interview, before and after or during, go ahead and text Peter to 833-942-4516. Let's go to the story. Hello, everyone. Welcome again. I have an amazing guest here today. His name is Bruce. He's been with us for a number of years, and he's a multimillionaire. So thank you, Bruce, for joining us today.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
All right. Well, we're going to jump right into it, Bruce. And could you just share a little bit about yourself, or a brief introduction of who you are? And also, I'd like to understand, why you jumped into multifamily.
Oh, sure. So let me start with why I jumped in. I think this is important. So I started with single family houses. We're purchasing a lot of those single family duplexes, triplexes, quads, but the scale wasn't there. And the time of I wanting to recoup the money or make good money just wasn't happening. So I was searching around, and I saw you online, followed you for a little while. I was like, man, yeah, he's really easy to understand. And I think I can relate to what he has to offer. I do want to have a mentor. I don't want to jump into something like this and not know what I'm doing. And so I joined, commercial property advisors, and wanted to be able to spend more time with my family, right? And get outside of having to worry about the W-2 and being beholden to what that dictates. So I thought it was very important to take my life in my own hands, and, I'm happy I did.
All right, great. And also, I understand that you have an athletic background. What was that?
Yes. So I got drafted out of college. I was an outfielder. So the Braves had selected me back in '93. Played a few years with them, and then got a chance to go over with the Yankees before sports injuries caught up to me at a young age. And but it was fun.
Great.
That's where I'm gonna have to be.
All right, awesome, awesome. Well, you still look like you're in good shape.
No, thank you. I'll try. You got to keep up.
Exactly. All right, Bruce, let's jump into what you purchased with us, right? And the audience wants to know, you purchased a 19 unit and then a 24 unit. Can you just kind of go over those real briefly? What you bought, why you like them, things like that.
Certainly. This is the good part, right? So, we'll start with the first property I bought. I was only in the program a few months, and I caught a gentleman that wasn't really trying to sell anything. I'll be brief in the story, but it's important. So, I've never met him to this day, but we had spent hours of time on the phone, me building rapport with him. One conversation was about 4 hours, believe it or not. Yes, it was. But I felt it because the reason this was so appealing to me is he's owned it for quite some time. He had not raised his rents in years, and it had a ton of upside in it, and it's in an area that's highly sought after. So I went ahead and continued the conversation with this gentleman, and I was able to get him to cure all of the dry rot, water leaks, everything that had to do with it was over $100,000 worth of issues that he took care of for me only through rapport, because I've never met him. We have never even had lunch or dinner together. But it was so appealing. If you'd like, I can go into what the upside was on that one, or
Sure,
we can
sure,
go into.
please. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So these were a mix of two bedrooms and one bedrooms, and the one bedrooms were roughly 660. The two bedrooms were about 800. We were able to raise those rents through time to about 1450 for the two bedrooms, and now we're at 1095 for the one bedrooms. And we had put some storage underneath. We have a cottage that's out there too, so we rent that as well. That was another one. That was an added bonus. But we have some storage underneath there that we rent out to the tenants for their own items they have of their own. It's been tremendous. This one here purchased what 1.73, and now it's worth about $4.5 million. Okay, that's through the value add that we were able to create within this building, and it's been steady. We don't have any vacancy issues. I have a solid property management team that I'm always in contact with. Very important to have a relationship with them and always inspect what you expect, because you never know what could happen. But it's been a good relationship, and I think I'll hold on to that.
I think so too. The property management is key, isn't it?
It certainly is. It is. We basically, as I share, we live and die by them. So if you're absent and you're allowing them to take care of your building and you're not involved, you never know what could happen. And then later on, it's going to be too late for you to find out what it was to go ahead and fix that. And now you're in rear 6 months.
Yeah.
That's a hole. That's
Yep.
not easy to get out of sometimes.
Yep. Yeah. I recall you and I and your wife sitting down for many, many months when you first purchased it, making sure we had everything in place. And then you
Right.
took over, and now the system is running great.
Yes, yeah, and I appreciate that guidance, that you were giving us, and making sure that things were lining up and we were on track with things. And we had, the financing is always the tough part, right? It doesn't matter who you are and how much you have, but with the banks and what they need, yeah, I got knocked down a couple of times, but we kept going, and we were able to make it happen with this property. And
That's
man, I'm,
great.
I'm happy.
All right, great. Okay. So that was a 19 unit, and then there
Yeah.
was a 24 unit right after that, right?
Correct, correct. So there's another upside property that we had found. This one's out in Wichita Falls, and the market's a little different. That's a little smaller market, some market I guess you'd call it, but it had upside too. Those rents there at that point in time, it's another mix, six one bedrooms and the rest are two bedrooms. But the rents, we were able to raise those about $200 per unit across the board, to where it's about a $1.85 million purchase. But we did go in and we updated the interiors for the value add. We also we're going to paint all the exterior like we did with the first property. We painted it. Man, it looks beautiful. We put solar panels on that one. But the valuation on this one is 3.5 now.
Awesome.
3.5.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
How long did
yeah.
it take you, Bruce, on that particular project to go from, let's see, 1.85 to 3.5? What amount of
Yeah,
time has elapsed?
yeah, that was about roughly, it took us maybe, and I will share a little more about this. It's important for everyone else.
Mhm.
So that probably took about two and a half years, maybe 2 years at
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
And the issue was, initially we got there faster, but the problem was I had aligned myself with a property management company that I had vetted, and everything seemed to be okay. It was working, but unfortunately, they weren't holding their end of the bargain up to what we signed up for. And I had to get out of that contract immediately, because it was causing me vacancies that were not being filled.
Yeah.
And I had then went ahead and put something online myself and advertised. And I started getting people asking me about the apartment complex that they weren't getting. So that was a real problem. So
Mm.
right then, I'd already had relationships with other within that area. Made my phone calls. I actually spoke with you about this too, through your mentoring, and we talked through that. And then I signed up with the current one I have now, and it has been night and day, from where I was before to where it is now.
Yeah.
Um, Glad I did it. This is why I stressed before, it's very important that you're close to your property management company. If I weren't, it might be months before I understood where I was. It took me three. That was it. And that was all I could give them. And I
Yeah.
had to make change.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Bruce, because a lot of other podcasts out there, they don't talk about the difficulties, the
Mm.
challenges. And when you own a bunch of multifamily commercials in general, this is part of the battle that you have to
It
face, and
is.
you have to know how to navigate those waters. And you did that quite well. Now their profit's worth 3.5 million. So congratulations there.
Thank you, thank you. That's very true. At least here, we transparent what we do and how we offer what we share. It's very
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
I appreciate all of it.
yeah. Okay, Bruce. So now that you and your wife are, multimillionaires several times over through multifamily investing, what's changed in your life?
Well,
What
a lot.
options or yeah, I bet.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the best part of everything, So with us doing this and then jumping into the commercial space, it has afforded us the time for family, right? Everybody wishes they do, the 9 to 5, you're here, you're gone, you're passing in the night, you have young kids and the time is limited, right? But once you figure out how you can then take that monetary system in your own hands and understand how it works with commercial property, it's just a beneficial thing. And now you have the time with your family to do what you want when you want to. You don't have to wait and ask for time off. You know, it's your time. You control that now. It's a beautiful thing. This is what I wish and hope for everyone, to take their life in their own hands. It should be in yours, and then steer it the way you want to go. And commercial property is the avenue, that's to me is a no-brainer. I mean, it really is. All the benefits of tax benefits. You're helping people live somewhere with a roof over their heads in a nice
Mhm.
place, and you're benefiting too through,
Yep,
appreciation.
yep, yep. So,
Yeah.
so your first benefit was now you get there's no W-2 to go to 9 to 5, right?
Oh,
And you get to spend because every time I call you, you're on the way taking the kids to karate practice or
that's
soccer
right.
practice.
That's right. That's
and,
right. That's
and
right.
sending me pictures of
That's
my
right.
kids doing the karate pose.
Yeah, I know. Hey, they love it. They love it. That's
That's
right.
awesome.
That's right.
That's
Yeah. Thank
awesome.
you.
That that reminds me, excuse me, that was one of the true benefits for me too. I mentioned to you as well that when my son PJ was maybe your kid's age, I was a single dad, and my neighbors we used to team together and take a kids to school. And I go, one day I'm going to take all the neighbors' kids to school, right? And I did that through buying real estate. So I was able to the junior and senior year of high school, right? I took them all to school. They piled up in my truck, took them all to school, and didn't brush my teeth, didn't comb my hair, had my pajamas on, a t-shirt on, hair messed up, but a big smile on my face.
Yes. Yes.
That's what
I
it's
enjoy
about.
the part. That's right. Because I get to take mine to school and pick them up, and their field trips I can go on and chaperone and be
Yeah,
involved now.
yeah,
Right. You're not missing those pertinent times.
that's what it's about. Okay, how about
Sure.
another benefit?
Well, again, benefits would that be more opportunities, right? I have more opportunities to either take vacations I want or pursue, other avenues and something that might be fun to me. One of those is, my passion is martial arts, right? I really enjoy that. And with the income that I'm getting from my commercial properties, it's allowed me to go ahead and pursue that and open a few academies,
Awesome.
and helps the community.
Yeah,
I'm helping a lot of young kids learn
yeah,
confidence and
that's right.
dedication, perseverance, and focus, and it really helps them in school as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that's great, Bruce. That's great.
Thank you.
This is what real estate can do for you. It gives you options, and you have a passion for martial arts, and you're able to take the income from your real estate and apply it to your passion, right? That's
Right,
again, that's what it's about. That's awesome. And make money while you're at it. These are
right,
cash flowing entities. These accounts
that's
are
right,
cash flowing, right? That's awesome.
right,
That is so
that's
awesome.
right,
Okay.
right.
All right. So, Bruce, thank you for sharing all this. Our audience is mainly beginners, intermediates, some advanced, but what are some pearls of wisdom you'd like to share with them for those that want to get into the business and perhaps do what you're doing?
Okay. First and foremost, I will tell each and every one of them, if you've been here a while or you're new, you must have a mentor. You do not want to jump into this without having someone that has been there, done that, and easily accessible there for you and can show you and guide you through the ways of the ups and downs so you don't make mistakes that cost you millions of dollars because you thought you could do it on your own. This is not a game here, right? This is life. And you want to make sure that you're making your best educated moves when you're using and utilizing this kind of money. Okay. That's why I joined Commercial Property Advisor. And look at
Yeah.
where it took me.
Yep. Great, great. And also too, you and I were talking so a while back, there's a cost to join our mentorship, right? And you were able to recoup that in your deal on the first deal. Can you share a little bit about that?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I paid some money to get in. But my first deal I took down, I recouped that multiple times already.
Mm.
So it's well worth it. I would do it in a heartbeat if I had to repeat it again. Would not
And
matter.
you were able to recoup your tuition to work with us in your negotiations, right?
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yes, yeah, I forgot about it. That's
Yeah,
right. And through negotiations and all we did, as soon as we closed on that deal, it paid for itself and then some.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's a beautiful thing. Again, guys. Anybody listening to us, you need a mentor. If you think you can do it on your own and you go out there and you make the mistakes that you may not be able to come back from, better safe than sorry. And it's open, it's available. Peter's an awesome mentor and coach, very easy to understand, and it's well worth the time to do so.
Great, great. Okay, so pearl of wisdom from Bruce, number one is to get a mentor. How about number two?
Number two, I would say in what we do, we like to get off market deals, right? So there's no liaison between you and the seller. So it's all about building these relationships, right? You must build and establish a network of relationships. Wherever you're going to purchase your property, make sure you have a network of people that you've dealt with then, and they know you and you know them. I think that's essential in what we do. I mean, that's time and time again. It's all about relationships.
And Bruce, these relationships will be with whom?
Well, these relationships will be one with property management companies that are out there in the areas you're going after. They will also be with brokers. Okay. Not saying you're going to buy through a broker, but a broker is somebody who can oftentimes get you a pocket listing that's not listed, so you're not competing against anybody. So don't be intimidated by talking to brokers, right? They might pre-qualify you. You want them to, so you can tell them exactly what you're looking for. So they can bring to you what makes sense for you to go ahead and try to acquire.
Yeah. So I would say, knowing you, you're really good at creating relationships with sellers, number one, right? On both deals, you did a phenomenal job there. Property management, your ability to nurture those relationships is why you're so successful today, right? And lenders, I mean, your first
Yeah,
deal, you
yes,
refinanced and pulled your money out, right?
you
And
did.
and you have amazing terms on both of these deals because of your your relationship with these guys, right?
That's correct. That's correct. I'd say the
Yeah.
team again, as Peter was elaborating on, is the lender is very important too, right? So you want to get out there and let these lenders know in the areas you're going after what you're trying to do, right? So they know you when you bring something to them, you're not foreign. They already know who you
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
right? Your attorney, okay? You should have attorney. Your attorney should be state specific though. You don't want to have an attorney out in Florida and you live in California. They won't know the laws out here, right? So it's very important that you also have an attorney in your Rolodex that you have communicated with to do business with. It's essential.
Okay, great. All right, another pearl of wisdom from Bruce.
I would say to, again, you fall in love with the numbers, not the property. Okay.
Yes.
A lot of times, yeah, they see these properties. Oh, it looks so nice. Look, it's got this. But then you want to go ahead and purchase that property, but it's not functioning or making the dollars that it could. So you're going to lose money ultimately because you're going to buy something that doesn't make any sense, quote unquote.
Yeah. You can't say that any better. That is so true. And that's kind of what we teach here, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Analyzing the numbers. This is again for new folks. When you come and you join this family here, you want to go ahead and get yourself up to speed and take initiative to start getting property or deals that are listed that you start inputting into our systems, right? And analyze the numbers to understand what that looks like. So when you have your own deal, you'll know what it looks like to have a property that you're going to acquire rather than waiting until you have one that you want to acquire. And then you're going to be asking, okay, well, what is this and what is that? Help yourself. right?
Yeah.
Get in front of
Yeah.
us. It's easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Three awesome pearls of wisdom. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Bruce.
You're
All
very
right.
welcome.
Okay. All right, Bruce. Hey, I know you're busy. You probably headed out to one of your academies with the kids, and I just want to thank you for joining us today.
Oh no, hey, it's my pleasure. Again, I appreciate everything Commercial Property Advisors and Mr. Harris has been able to do for me and my family. And again, I would say for everyone that really wants to live the life that you want to live, it is your choice to do so, but do it with a mentor. And commercial property is an avenue that will give you so much more in return, especially once you understand the fundamentals of what it has to offer beyond the income, but the taxes that you can save when you know how to do this properly.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Bruce, thanks again. All right, you
Oh,
take
thank
care. We'll be
you.
talking soon.
Sounds good. Thanks so much.
All right, welcome back. Wasn't that an incredibly inspiring video? Isn't Bruce incredible? Do me a favor and just put congrats in the comments. Let's go ahead and congratulate Bruce. He has bigger plans to buy bigger, much bigger properties. So let's encourage him. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do here is a quick summary. One thing I got out of this video, just listening to Bruce for this entire hour, right? The hour interview I had was this. You will get what you settle for, or you will get what you fight for. Bruce, when I met Bruce, Bruce is a fighter, okay? He wanted it really, really badly and is willing to make the sacrifices and the time and the energy and the resources to accomplish his goals, and he did it. All right, so now I'm going to share with you, you really have to get, what I want you to get out of this video, Bruce's 3 pearls of wisdom. They're so valuable, okay? Pearl wisdom number 1 from Bruce was to get help and to be relentless. Of course, the help was us. He hired our company to help them. But Bruce was relentless, right? So he was so relentless. He said, Peter, I want you to help me do this. And he was so relentless. And I'm like, okay, come get some. Let's get after it, Bruce. And you can tell Bruce was so determined. You can tell from the video. All right. And then number 2, he said to nurture the relationships that will help you achieve your goals. Bruce is really, really good at that. He was gifted at that, right? You don't have to be gifted at that. You just have to want it really badly, okay? And then we can teach you what the relationships are and how to go after them, okay? It's not rocket science. Number 3, the third polar wisdom, this is so true because when emotion goes up, intelligence goes down, okay? This is so true. Bruce said, fall in love with the numbers, not the property. That is so crucial. Bruce is so good at that. And now Bruce's passion is to help others do what he's doing, right? And what he's done. And also too, his second passion is the kids. Teach the kids through martial arts how to be better young men and young women. Okay, so congrats, Bruce. You are awesome. All right. Thanks everyone for watching this video. If you'd like to get mentored like Bruce, the link will appear there. If you want to just read a book, all right, the link will appear in the book. Go ahead and get after it. No obligation. I just want you to remember one thing, and that is the best time to have bought in multifamily was 5 years ago. The second best time is today. So let's get after it, okay? Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you at the next video.